Hello, and welcome to Sunday. I don't know what number it is. So for those of you who are not aware, right now Canada is in the midst of a federal election campaign. It is our fourth one in the last 7 years. They've all produced minority governments. So here we are again. It's my first election that I'm eligible to vote, and I'm super stoked about it. Now, the reason Parliament was dissolved was because the Harper government was found in contempt. So there were a lot of scandals that led up to contempt, and I believe it's a valid issue. The reason I'm angry about this election is because there's a lot of propaganda going on. Now, the way propaganda has been circling is mostly through attack ads, and the Conservatives have this attack ad on the Liberal leader, Michael Ignatieff. And what it says is, Ignatieff, he didn't come back for you. My question is, what the fuck did he come back for? Our beautiful weather? It's April and it's snowing. He didn't come back for that. Attack ads have also been put up by the NDP and the Liberals, so they're in no way exempt. What I got really angry about, attack ads are something, and unfortunately they work. If you're not informed, where else are you gonna get your information? And it's upsetting. Anyway, so what really got me was the debate. The leaders' debate took place last Tuesday. It was a pretty interesting debate. If you want a really quick breakdown of it, I'll post a link to a video down here. Harper, I felt, blatantly lied to the people of Canada during this debate. The issue of contempt was of course brought up. He just basically said it was a non-issue, doesn't matter. The Conservatives didn't want this election, the people of Canada don't want this election. It's a plot cooked up by Layton and by Ignatieff to throw him out of Parliament, and contempt wasn't a real issue. Not a real issue, Mr. Harper? Okay, let's start with this. One of your members of Parliament forged a document. Forgery! That is going against the democratic principles. I think honesty is very important in a democracy, Mr. Harper, and you have been nothing but dishonest. Where is the money for the fighter jets coming from? An Auditor General's report was just released. What was up with the G20? There are so many unanswered questions that you refused to answer during that debate and just lied and said, look, it's a non-issue here, we're an honest government, we're very open about what we do. When the point is it's the most secretive government we have had. Ever! With a democracy, I believe, comes an inherent transparency that Stephen Harper is just denying. Harper's PR people are great. His debating skills were fantastic. If you don't know what's going on, then you don't realize that Harper didn't answer any questions in the debate. He talked in great circles, brought it back to the economy, and about how he's the reason they came out of the recession, when really that's questionable. There are a variety of reasons. Frankly, I think Michael Ignatieff had a point here where he shows a disregard for democracy. I'm just very angry at the propaganda that's been put out there and that hasn't been properly addressed. I don't feel like people have been properly informed because all the information is coming from negative publicity. I'm not personally a Conservative supporter, but that doesn't mean that I disregard everything they do. I do believe they've done some great things for this country. But I fully disagree with Stephen Harper's leadership. And honestly, it worries me that he might win a majority on propaganda, on lies. And while we will emerge from his rule of democracy no matter how long he is Prime Minister, how intact will our democracy be? In other news, it's the week before Easter, and seeing as I'm Ukrainian, we make Easter eggs, and I made a special one for Stephen Harper. So, Mr. Harper, this is very loosely what I think about your leadership and your lack of ethics when it comes to democracy. That is one broken-ass egg. Well, now that that's done, I feel a lot better. And I urge you, if you are eligible to vote, I urge you to get out there, get informed. If the youth of the population did vote, it's all of a sudden an unrepresented demographic that will suddenly have a voice. And I think it's a voice that hasn't been exercised, and I think it's a voice that has to be exercised. And the only way to keep our democracy safe is to get informed and vote. I'll put some more links down here, so it's easy, it's simple. Please vote.